What if the health advice you followed for decades, the habits you thought were good for you, were quietly making you weaker? And what if the things you were told to avoid, the so-called bad habits, are the real reason people like me stay strong, sharp, and independent at 83? Today, you'll hear about 4 habits the old medical rulebook called dangerous. But new research from leading universities around the world shows they may actually protect your brain, heart, and longevity. And one of them, the one doctors warned against for years, could reduce dementia risk by over 30%. Stay with me, because what you learn in the next few minutes might just change the way you think about aging forever. For most of our lives, we were told that health was about discipline. No naps, no butter, no caffeine, exercise every day, no excuses. It sounded noble, but over the years, researchers noticed something strange. The people doing everything right weren't necessarily aging well. They were often tired, anxious, and losing strength. Meanwhile, a quiet group of rule breakers, people who took naps, drank coffee, ate real dairy, and rested between workouts, were thriving. Their hearts were stronger, their minds stayed sharper, their blood sugar more stable. It turns out the rules we were given were written for a different time, before we really understood how aging works. So let's talk about the 4 bad habits that modern science now says are good for you. Habit 1, the afternoon nap. For decades, napping had a bad reputation. People called it lazy, unproductive, a waste of time. But here's what the data shows. A short nap, about 30 to 60 minutes in the early afternoon, can protect your heart, improve memory, and lower stress hormones. See, your body runs on a natural rhythm called the circadian rhythm. It creates an energy dip between 1 and 3 p.m. That's when your brain wants to rest and reset. When you fight that dip with caffeine or willpower, you force your heart to work harder and your stress hormones, especially cortisol, to stay high. But when you give in and rest, something amazing happens. Your brain processes everything you learned that morning. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure stabilizes, and your body starts small repair jobs, like patching tiny cellular damage from daily stress. Now, not all naps are equal. If you sleep longer than 90 minutes, you risk entering deep sleep and waking groggy. If you nap too late in the day, it can disturb nighttime sleep. The sweet spot, a half hour to an hour, between 1 and 3 in the afternoon. Make it deliberate. Lie down somewhere quiet, dark, and cool. Set an alarm so you don't drift too long. And most importantly, don't feel guilty. You're not being lazy. You're working with your biology, not against it.
One senior I spoke with said that once she started her daily nap, her evening energy returned. She stopped snapping at her grandkids, and her mental fog lifted like morning mist.
Your body isn't asking for weakness when it wants rest. It's asking for maintenance. Listen to it.
Habit 2, full-fat dairy. Remember when low-fat was the buzzword of health? Skim milk, fat-free yogurt, margarine instead of butter. We were told fat would clog our arteries and shorten our lives.
But as long-term studies began to roll in, scientists noticed something surprising. People who ate full-fat dairy actually had better metabolic health, lower rates of diabetes, and more stable weight than those on low-fat diets.
Here's why. When you remove the natural fat from milk or yogurt, you remove flavor. To make it taste good again, manufacturers add sugar. And that sugar, not the fat, spikes insulin, drives inflammation, and leads to weight gain.
The healthy fats in dairy do the opposite. They slow digestion, keep blood sugar steady, and deliver essential vitamins A, D, E, and K that your body can't absorb without fat. And let's not forget your brain. It's about 60% fat by structure. It needs dietary fat to function properly, to build cell membranes, hormones, and neurotransmitters. Full-fat dairy also keeps you satisfied longer. A bowl of real Greek yogurt in the morning stops you from reaching for cookies by 10. A splash of whole milk in coffee provides steady energy, not the crash you get from skim plus sugar. Moderation matters, of course. We're not talking about plates of cheese at every meal, but restoring natural fat to your diet brings your nutrition back into balance. And remember, humans have eaten full-fat dairy for thousands of years. Heart disease epidemics appeared after we started removing fat and replacing it with processed carbs. So, trade that margarine for real butter. Swap the skim milk for whole. Choose genuine cheese over the rubbery, low-fat version. You're not undoing progress, you're undoing marketing. Habit 3. Coffee throughout the day. Once upon a time, coffee was the bad guy. Doctors warned it would raise blood pressure, wreck your sleep, and wear out your heart. Then scientists started tracking long-term coffee drinkers, tens of thousands of them. And what they found flipped the narrative completely. Regular coffee drinkers had lower rates of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, diabetes, and even liver disease. The reason? Coffee isn't just caffeine. It's a complex mix of over 1,000 natural compounds, many of them antioxidants that protect your cells from aging damage. Caffeine itself boosts alertness and memory. It seems to block the buildup of harmful proteins in the brain, the kind linked to dementia. And those antioxidants, they calm inflammation throughout the body. Now, balance is key. 3 to 5 cups spread through the day appears ideal. Too much can make you restless or disrupt sleep. So finish your last cup by early afternoon, around 2 o'clock, and you'll keep the benefits without the insomnia. Also, skip the sugar traps. The moment your coffee becomes a dessert, you cancel out its power. Black coffee is nearly calorie-free. Add a little whole milk or cream if you like, but avoid the syrups, artificial sweeteners, and towering whipped cream mountains. If you're not a coffee drinker yet, start gently, 1 cup a day after breakfast. See how your body reacts. Many older adults report better mood, faster thinking, and even smoother digestion. Coffee, when enjoyed smartly, isn't a vice. It's a ritual of alertness, protection, and pleasure. Turns out that morning cup might be doing more for your brain than any supplement on the shelf. Habit 4. Rest days from exercise. This one surprises almost everyone. We've been told that daily exercise is the holy grail of health. Move every day, no excuses. But science now shows that recovery is just as important as activity, especially after 65. When you exercise, you're not just burning calories, you're creating tiny stress signals in your muscles and joints. That's how you grow stronger. But the growth happens after the workout, during rest. Without recovery, those micro-tears don't heal. Inflammation lingers, your hormones stay imbalanced, and you begin to lose, not gain, strength. Modern exercise research for older adults suggests 4 to 5 active days per week is ideal. The rest, gentle days, walking, stretching, maybe gardening, but no structured workout. Think of rest as part of your training schedule, not a failure of it. Your muscles rebuild during rest, your immune system recalibrates, your joints get a break, and your nervous system, finally, can calm down. Athletes, yes, even professionals, schedule rest days to improve performance. You deserve the same wisdom. If you've been training daily and feel tired all the time, try taking 2 full days off per week. You might find your workouts feel stronger, your sleep deeper, and your motivation renewed. Overtraining is one of the most common, least recognized causes of fatigue in older adults, but it's easy to fix. Just listen to your body's signals. They're not laziness, they're information. Rest isn't quitting, it's when the real progress happens. Let's recap. 4 so-called bad habits that might actually extend your life. A nap that restores heart and brain, full-fat dairy that nourishes your body properly, coffee that shields your brain from decline, and rest days that make every workout more effective. Each of these habits shares one truth. They respect how the body naturally works. They honor rest, rhythm, and balance, the things our modern, always-on culture forgot. Health isn't about punishment, it's about harmony. When you give your body what it truly needs, nutrients, rest, and renewal, it rewards you with energy, focus, and resilience. So take that nap, enjoy real food, savor your coffee, and rest without guilt. You're not slowing down, you're aging intelligently. Science keeps evolving, and so should we. Every year brings new discoveries that challenge the old rules. So stay curious, stay skeptical, and most of all, stay alive to the wonder of what your body can do. If you found this video helpful, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. And be sure to subscribe because in the next episode, we'll uncover more forbidden habits that could add years to your life. This is your reminder. Healthy aging isn't about doing more, it's about doing better.